Hello everyone, this is the next part of tutorial about creating animals, and this time we're gonna make some changes. We're gonna make our animal to stop running away after some amount of time. So let's open our component for handling perception. It's called BP perception handler if you named it the same as I, and I'm gonna create a new variable and call it run away time, and it is gonna be a float value. Also, let's combine interruption time and runaway time into some category and call it timer. Here we will have our runaway timer. We will have some times that we need. And now, and now, uninterrupted, when we have set runaway behavior, we're gonna start a new timer. We're gonna set new timer by function name. And function name is gonna be on run away, and the time is gonna be run away time, and it is not gonna be looping. So also let's promote a timer to some variable. We don't need it now, but maybe we'll need it in future, and call it run away. Let's rename previous timer from runaway timer to an interruption timer, and runaway timer to runaway timer, like this. Okay, now let's create this function on runaway and on run away. And what we're gonna do on runaway, we're gonna set state to idle, just setting behavior to idle. And now our animal will run away for some time and then it will stop. But to make it work, we need to open our animals, for example, though, select perception handler and set this value. So now interruption time is 1.5 seconds, and I also would like to increase it to 2.5. And the runaway time I'm gonna set to, for example, 15 seconds. So that it will run, our animal will run for 15 seconds. Now let's start the game. Okay, it ran away. It reached some. Okay, also in our behavior tree, we have such wait node. We're waiting for 5 seconds when we reached the destination. Let's delete this wait node, and I will also increase the minimum distance to run to from 350 to 5000. And let's start again. Okay, it has run to us, so it stopped running in 15 seconds, or it cannot just run because I have a mesh here. Yes, it cannot run because I've added a mesh here, and this mesh doesn't affect navigation, so let's delete it. Here it runs away, choosing next direction and next one, but as we can see, it ran onto me, so our check for an animal to not run onto us, onto a player, not working. And it stopped running and standed in an idle animation. So let's wait, and he will walk somewhere, I think it should. It is waiting. It will wait for 10 seconds, and then he should roam somewhere. Okay. Now it roams somewhere, but we have a problem. We didn't change its movement state from run to walk. So on an idle here, first we're gonna just copy and call set movement state from run to walk. Great. Now let's open um, move to location opposite to actor, and let's open a function called generate location. So I think that this branch is not working. So this condition is not passing. By the way, I don't know why it's not passing. Maybe this error tolerance is not correct. I don't know. If I will set 1 here, what it will do? Will it... I'm not sure that I'm using this check of a vector equation correctly. Also, where is this deer? I've lost it. Oh, here it is. It walked away very far. Okay, what we're gonna do? We're gonna change this check. We don't wanna use a rotate forward vector because I'm not sure how this condition works, and we're gonna check that rotation, only your rotation. So let's break first look, break rotator, break this one rotator, and we're gonna check a difference between yaws. So first one is a yaw needed to face an actor, our character, and second yaw is a yaw needed to face a destination point. So a difference between these two yaws should be the difference between these two yaws should be bigger than some value. So let's subtract 1 from 1, ABS it, and check if this is uh, if this is less than, for example, 60 degrees, then we're gonna regenerate, and it should work, I think. At least it ran away. No. Let's print this difference, or I will find out how to change this value, and I will print the difference and debug a little bit, and we'll pause the video for now. Okay, seems like the problem here uh, is that we are calling our get random reachable point in radius. We call it here and it returns us some random location. Then we're calling it here and it returns some random location. And then we're calling it here and it returns us some random location because this function is called every time. So what do we have to do? We have to promote it to a local variable, like a generated point, generated location, like this. And we should plug it here, for example, and disconnect it from here. Here we're gonna use a generated location. And everywhere here we're also gonna use a generated location. Also, our angle is, we're checking if it is less than 60 degrees, but we should also check if it is greater than 300 degrees. Also, we can normalize angle like this, so it will return us from minus 180 degrees to 180 degrees. And now we can check if our angle, and we should not normalize ABS degree, we should normalize this subtraction. Then we normalize axis. We're gonna get an absolute value, and we're gonna check if it is in range. If our float is in range of an angle, if it is in range of 0 to 60, or let's move everything a little bit to the right, but not this. If it is in such range, or it is in range of 120 to 180, and check with OR. So the location is valid, and we're going into false only if an angle is between 60 and 120 degrees. Mm, I think that's correct. Okay, and this should work. But no, it doesn't. It doesn't work. And why this happens? Let's print. Okay, I think that just checking if it is less than 90 is fine. So let's continue and just add such check. And let's continue and let's fix an animation. We've played some animation on interruption, but it breaked us something. So let's create a new task. And we're gonna call it play montage. Here we're gonna add execute AI event. We're gonna get pawn and call play. Okay, we're gonna get play montage. No, it's not possible. Okay, let's cast it to bp animal parent and call play montage. Play anim montage. And that's not fine. We're gonna get skeletal mesh, get mesh, and call play montage here. and selecting a montage. So let's promote a montage to variable, make it public. Also, we're gonna call finish execute, and we're gonna add some flag like an Apex basic task like is blocking, also making it public. Now we're gonna check get blocking at the branch. If it is blocking, then we are not calling and finish execute on right after we've started playing animation. If it is not blocking, then we're calling finish execute with succession. Next, we're gonna add this check on completed or on blend out or on interrupted. Here, if an animation is not blocking, then we're not calling finish execute. In other case, we are calling finish execute like this. Also, we need to add logic for abortion. So let's add an event receive abort AI. And what we're gonna do almost the same. We're gonna get our mesh. First we should cast and stop and just call stop on an animation. Let me read what it does. Okay, and now let's close this task, and instead of calling this play animation, we're gonna call play montage here. Also, should it be blocking? I think it should or not. It doesn't matter. And let's select a montage, and it is gonna be a M interrupted. So let's start, and now when an animal will see us, he will turn his head. But it didn't fix us an animation, so I think that abortion is not working. So this thing is not working. Is playing montage. How do we stop? Okay, we should not call this from a mesh. I think our actor by itself has such function as stop any montage, and we have to pass a montage to stop playing. So here is how it looks like. Let's test it again. No. And the problem why this happens because uh, this is not called. Event receive abort is not called. And why this happens? Because we are calling finish execute. So we are calling finish execute, and if an execution is finished, then we don't have a need to abort this. So let's remove blocking flag, and let's remove this, and we will only call finish execute on completed, on blend out, or on interrupted. So now they will see us and animation will work correctly. Okay, and now it will return to an idle state when he will finish running away. Also, what things we need to do? We need to kill these animals when they are far from their spawner. So let's get our spawner and open it up. every spawner will has its config that we've created. So let's change its config. Let's find it first. It's here. And let's add a new variable and call it kill distance. And it is gonna be float value. And what it gonna do? We're gonna check every few seconds whether whether one of our animals is too far from a spawner. So let's start some timer on begin play. So let's set timer by function name and call kill animals kill animals function, and it will check it for every 5 seconds. I think that's fine. And let's add such function kill animals. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get all animals and loop through them for each loop. Next, and for each loop, we're gonna get an actor location and get a distance vector to a spawner location, like this. Next, we're gonna check if this distance is greater than some distance that we have in our config. So let's get config file, let's break it, and here we have a kill distance. So if this distance is greater or equal than kill distance, if it is true, then we're gonna get this animal and destroy actor. Also, we have to delete it from our array, but we're not gonna do it in for each loop. So let's create local variables and call indices to remove, and it is gonna be an array of integers like this. So we're gonna get indices to remove and add this index to this array. And on completed, we're gonna get our animals array and call remove items. Oh, okay. And we can remove an index, but it should be removed from back to beginning. So we're gonna can we sort an array? No. Can we flip it? No. What can we do with an array? Okay, we can reverse array. So we'll return us a reversed array, and it will not return us anything. It will return this array. So next we're gonna get this indices, and for each of these indexes, we're making reverse to go through from a big index to from max index to min index, and not from min to max, so that we're gonna delete from the end of an array. And we're gonna get an animals and remove index and pass here array element, not array index, array element. And that's how kill animals function will work. So now every animal will be removed at some distance from a spawner. So now let's open a spawner and add some kill distance, and it is gonna be 15,000, for example. Okay, now I think that's all for this video, and thanks for watching. See you in the next one.